Yo, 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 it's Joe from Photos with Phones. Today we're here with episode 3 of the Sandmarc First Moment Shootout, 1.33 times anamorphic lenses. Let's get to it. To best understand what an anamorphic lens is, let's put it in action compared with the wide lens that you see on the phone right now. I have the wide lens on the phone both because it's kind of similar to the anamorphic lens in terms of the field of view that's captured, but also because episode 2 of the Sandmarc First Moment series was all about wide lenses, so check that out. Alright, without further ado, let's anamorph. No, seriously though, let's get cinematic. Some of the first things that should stand out to you in terms of what you're seeing now versus what you were seeing with the wide lens, those 2 black bars, that's one of the calling cards of an anamorphic lens. You also, as you'll see later on, if you point the lens at any sort of light, you're going to get those Michael Bay style lens flares. Don't worry, we'll get to that. We're just seeing kind of how it looks right now. That look is going to be that 33 times squeeze horizontal. It's also going to be a 2.40 to 1 aspect ratio, otherwise known as a Cinemascope. When you compare that Cinemascope to the aspect ratios used on other social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, it's a pretty unique look. Now, it's worth noting that you're going to need to do something to your footage other than just popping that anamorphic lens on whatever case you decide to go with. That something is called desqueezing the footage. As far as I know, there are not any free options for desqueezing your anamorphic footage, unfortunately. If you know of any free options, feel free to let me know about them down there in the comments. I'd love to spread the word. My personal favorite app to shoot anamorphic footage on is going to be the BeastCam app. If you're interested in that more in depth, check out the review up there, but it's super easy to get into that anamorphic setting. All you do is tap the icon in the top left-hand corner of the screen and it pops up a little menu. You hit the 1 times 3 times and that's all you got to do. It's pretty easy to switch to the desqueezing anamorphic setting on the Moment Pro camera app, though it's not quite as easy as BeastCam. I'll go ahead and show you how to do it on the Moment Pro camera app right now. You can also use Filmic Pro, though the Filmic Pro app, if you buy the initial app and then all the add-ons in the filmmaking app and then the photography app, it's like $40. So unless you're a serious mobile filmmaker with an iPhone 12, I don't recommend Filmic Pro. But if you already have Filmic Pro, like I do because I was testing it, then I'll go ahead and show you how to desqueeze the footage on Filmic Pro right now. Now at this point you may be saying, Joe, what if I just slap some black bars on my footage? Isn't that the same as what I'm getting from my anamorphic lens? Almost. Won't it save me $130 and pretty much do the same thing? Come on. You don't think that I'd be making this video if that was the case. I'll show you why it's not right now. While anamorphic lenses are known for filmmaking, they're also pretty cool for photography. When we go over the Moment versus the Sandmarc 1.33 times anamorphic lenses, I'll go over the photos that I took with each of them. The Sandmarc lens, like the Moment lens, is going to be a 1.33 times and a 2.40 to 1 Cinemascope. Now, while Sandmarc lists those specs on their website, I watched an interesting video by Addy Bear that I'll link up there in the right hand corner that kind of shows that this lens is going to be a little bit wider and therefore need, like, if you use the 1.33 times adapter on the apps like Filmic Pro or BeastCam or the Moment Pro camera app, that you're going to get a little bit of a weird look. It's not super noticeable, but it is worth noting that this is kind of the case. As is the case with all of Sandmarc's lenses, they're going to come in this nifty little microfiber pouch. The microfiber pouch is a little bit bigger than Moment's, which is nice, though Moment's feels like it's a little bit higher quality. As far as the contents of that case, you're going to get a little lens cloth, which is a nice touch. Moment is not going to come with a lens cloth. As far as I remember, here is a lens clip, which Moment you have to buy their lens mount. Doesn't come with any sort of clip. Now Sandmarc, it is worth noting, only lists their lenses as being for iPhone. I've had some limited success clipping the clip-on options onto my Pixel 3, so if you want me to do a video about that, let me know. You also, another big plus in terms of the Sandmarc lenses is that they're going to come with this rear lens cap, whereas Moment is going to make you pay like $8 or $9 or something like that for a rear lens cap. Sandmarc's branding is going to be pretty nice. Very simple, but gets the job done. Alrighty. Now, I hate this case that Sandmarc sent me. Based on this video that I referenced earlier by Addy Bear, I have come to learn that even though I purchased these lenses like 3 weeks ago, Sandmarc sent me their old case. So it's no wonder that I feel like this case sucks, because it does. And I would like to, I don't know, put an addendum or something on this video saying that everything is great, but the mounting with this case, I cannot speak for the case that you might get if you get the Sandmarc Anamorphic Lens, but if you get this case, this one, I don't know, maybe send an email to them, or that's what we're going to try and do. We spent a lot of money to be able to do the best review of Sandmarc's lenses as we can do, and I just don't feel like we can do that with this case. Case aside, I'm not a huge fan of like the fact that like the base plate of the lens like spins around, and that I guess is kind of to allow you to do the same thing that Moment's tool does, but Sandmarc has like some oil WD-40-esque stuff down in here, and it just, I don't know, it's kind of grimy, and just not a huge fan of that. Plus, like, it can get bumped while you're out filming, and then you're just kind of SOL. Additionally, the Sandmarc Anamorphic Lens is going to be compatible with a filter via one of their filter mounts, though they do note on the website that you might experience some vignetting around the edges. I don't have a Sandmarc lens filter, so I can't speak to that. I just figured that if it's something about the product worth noting, that I should note it. But they do say that it's pretty easy to remove in post, so yeah. The Sandmarc is going to have a 113-degree field of view and weigh in at 46 grams, which is 10 grams more than the Moment Anamorphic Lens. So this is going to be a much more meaty and substantial lens, though it is a very high quality and well-built lens insofar as I can feel. The first thing worth noting about the Moment Anamorphic Lens is that you're going to need to purchase the M series case in addition to the lens to be able to use this at all. Now, I have seen negative reviews of the Moment M series case, and I have to tell you, I have purchased 3 of them since we've started Photos with Phones for just different phones over the course of the time. I haven't had any issues with any breakages up here, any breakages in the middle of the case like this. It's bendy, but in like a way that is a phone case kind of should be. And yeah, the lenses mount very well into the case. You just twist it in and I'll fiddle it around as much as you want. It's not gonna fall off of there. So yeah, don't have the same feeling with the Sandmarc case that I was sent. But back to the Moment Anamorphic Lens. Moment, per usual, is going to be on point with the branding. The little microfiber carrying bag is going to feel very, very nice and professional. I do kind of wish it was a little bit bigger. It's kind of snug to get the lenses in and out of there, but that's kind of nitpicking a little bit. This tool that you see right there is going to be so that you can twist the lens plate, the bottom of the lens, into different configurations, whether you're shooting on Apple, Google, Samsung devices, which is a nice touch to have. I, for instance, shoot on Pixel and Apple, so I need to be able to switch these, or I need to be able to turn the lens to get any sort of use out of it. So you see that little thing at the bottom, you just stick that little tool in there and twist it, and yeah, as usual, killer branding. Just like the Sandmarc, the Moment is going to be a 1.33 times and a 2.40 to 1 Cinemascope aspect ratio. As is the case with all Moment lenses, it is going to be built with aerospace grade metal and hand polished glass and come with a lifetime warranty. It's worth noting that Moment's lens blares are very blue and kind of harsh, whereas Sandmarc's are both blue and gold. Moment does make a gold flare anamorphic lens that I don't have. If you'd like to see a video about it, just get real rowdy in the comments, go tweet Moment about it, I don't know, make it happen. If you make it happen, I'll definitely make a video. So yeah. You're going to be able to use a Moment Anamorphic Lens with Apple, Samsung, Pixel, and OnePlus devices. The Moment Anamorphic Lens weighs in at 37.6 grams, which is significantly less than the Sandmarc Anamorphic Lens. That's all we got for you. If you feel like you got value from this video, go ahead and hit the like button down there. Definitely helps Photos with Friends out a lot because it forces YouTube to show our videos to other people. Comment down below and let us know who you think came out on top in episode 3 of the Sandmarc vs. Moment shootout. And subscribe to Photos with Friends' YouTube channel and turn on that notification bell because we're coming out with twice weekly mobile photography and mobile filmmaking content that you'll be all about. Toodles. See you in the next one. Bye.